Hi everyone, Jem here. Welcome back to my creative space. Now today we're going to be talking about napkins. Now you can get the most beautiful napkins, can't you? From florals to pictorial to seasonal. And I've never met a crafter yet who doesn't love a good napkin. But quite often we maybe just want one or two. Now that's cool. You can go online. There's a lot of Etsy stores that will sell you napkins individually, and here in New Zealand they cost us between $1 and $2, so not a lot of outlay. Great, good, cost-effective crafting material. However, if you go into your local dollar store or you go online to sites like Alibaba, Amazon, Temu, your local op shop, even your local supermarket, sometimes you can pick up whole packets of napkins for around about the same price. Now most of these cost me between $1 and $5, and you're getting 25 serviettes. So why wouldn't you? It seems senseless just buying one when you can get a whole packet. But what does that mean? It means we've got a whole lot of serviettes. And if you're anything like me, your craft room gets a little bit overstuffed sometimes and storage becomes a problem. So you've bought these beautiful serviettes, you've used one or two in your project that you bought them for, and you've now got all these packets sitting there. So today, this is more of an ideas video. It's not so much a how-to, but it's giving you some ideas, and it's about what to do with all this beautiful paper that we have and how to use it. Now, my inspiration for this really came from a couple of videos I've done recently, and I've shown you how I use napkins to make journal covers. And I will link this. I'll link those videos up above so that you can check that out if you want to, because I'm not going to go into that in depth today. But, you know, that's great. So I've bought a pack of napkins. I've made this journal. What do I do with the rest of them? So today is going to be a little bit of a what do I do? How to use them all up. All right, so you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need some PVA glue, or let me rephrase that. You're going to need some form of glue. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you will know PVA is my glue of choice, but you can also use, I'm looking for my Mod Podge. You can also use Mod Podge. I've also seen people use a glue stick, just a very ordinary glue stick. Now, I've got to be honest and say personally, I've not tried it with a glue stick, but hey, give it a go with what you've got. So as I say, my glue of choice is PVA, and I tend to water it down just a little bit when I'm using napkins, but there are other things. There's Mod Podge, there's matte gel medium or gloss gel medium. Whatever you have, you'll get a different result with both, so it kind of depends what you want to do with it. So you'll need some form of glue, you'll need a glue brush, and you'll need some kind of substrate. So that's whatever you're going to put your napkin on. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is a napkin pasted onto a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbooking card. Now that sounds fairly easy, but have a look at this. This is literally a piece of cream 12 by 12 scrapbooking card. It's a napkin like this. Came in a pack of 20. Look at that. I think this is kind of an instant masterboard. My intention is to cut this, add some embellishments, turn it into all the normal things that you would use a masterboard for. But if you can find a napkin that has this kind of busy pattern and the detail that you like, then you've got the instant back of a masterboard. You could even do it. I found these serviettes the other day and I thought these were pretty cool, and I'm just going to grab one out to show you. I just thought these offered so much potential. Look at this. This is like a wood grain. Now, can you imagine that on the back of your masterboard? You've got some awesome texture and you've got all that lovely wood grain ready to start adding all sorts of embellishments onto it. So again, you're only limited by your imagination, really. So here we go. There's idea number one. There's your masterboard. Now, thing to remember, learn from my mistakes is what I always say. The colour of cardboard that you will choose, because you're only using, remember, the top layer of the napkin, the colour of your cardboard will show through. Now, I chose this piece of cardboard because I didn't really like the colour. And I thought, oh, that's fine, I can use that. The napkin will cover it up. But guess what, folks? The colour comes through. So for me personally, this is a little bit bright. I will do something with it. I'll turn it into something with some mixed media, and so I'll tone this down a bit. But you can see the difference. That's exactly the same serviette. Now, of course, you can use that to your advantage, because if you want a particular colour scheme in your journal, then choose the colour that goes with it. And so just really quickly, if you haven't used napkins before, literally all you're doing is separating off the top ply of your napkins. So napkins are generally 2 or 3 ply, which means they have 2 or 3 layers. And do you know what? This is the most fiddly bit of the whole process. All you're doing is separating off that printed layer. And as you can see, this one doesn't want to separate. Some separate more easily than others. So you're going to pull that printed layer away from the white layer at the back. And then this is the bit that we're interested in. This is the bit we're using. And literally, you're putting your glue over your substrate. So in this case, over the cardboard, and laying the napkin on. Again, if you want to see how to do that in detail, have a look at the videos I did with the journal covers, and that'll tell you. So okay, so there's idea number one. You could use this as a masterboard. You could turn it into a notebook cover. You could do anything you like with it. So but one of the things I do with them is, for me, it's kind of an instant way to make, you know, your journal cards, your tags, pockets, belly bands, bookmarks. And what I love is that you can do it to coordinate with the cover of your journal. If you've used a napkin on the cover of your journal, you can coordinate some of the things inside it by using the same napkin in this way. All right, so that's idea number one, onto a sheet of cardboard. Idea number two, you're doing exactly the same process, but you're using a sheet of music paper or a book page. And again, you're just using the top layer of napkin, glue, put it down. And what I've done with this one, this is some music paper, it's a piece off the end of here. Couple of embellishments, and you've got a ready-made tag or journal card, whatever you choose to turn it into. Okay, now when you're doing those things, don't throw away the scraps that you cut off the edge of the napkin. So if you've collaged your napkin onto a piece of paper like this and you've got napkin left at the side, don't throw it away, because idea number three is washi tape. Yeah, you can actually make your own washi tape from napkins. Now look, how cool is this? And all I've done is I've taken a strip of napkin and I've stuck double-sided tape on it. And you then get the most gorgeous washi tape. And hey guys, this is just from your offcuts around the edge. I've got some more here that I've done with a slightly wider double-sided tape. Look at this. How cool is that? And it's there, ready to use, just the same as your ordinary washi tape. That was from the border of one of my napkins. And a bit more of the rose. And that's a little offcut that I haven't used. So there you go. What was that? Number 4. Idea number 4 was the washi tape. Let's put that up there. Did you know you can also make rice paper? So with your serviettes, and for this you will need a sheet of plastic. Now you could open up the inside of a cereal packet, anything you like. It just needs to be sort of a non-stick. I've also seen it done on a silicone mat, I think, but it needs to be non-stick. Lay your napkin down on your plastic, your glue of choice over the top, leave it to dry. Once it's dry, you just peel it off, and look, you have this most gorgeous, this is that wood grain napkin I showed you earlier, you have this most gorgeous rice paper, which is actually really quite strong. You can scrunch this up, you can do whatever you like with it. So you have that option too. And I was looking at this one the other day that I did to show you with this wood grain, thinking, ooh, I wonder how that would pull a gel print. Would it be a background for a gel print? So watch this space. That might be another video. I'll give it a go and see. I don't know how it would hold up. I haven't tried it, but might be an idea for the future. All right, so rice paper. You can use that in any way you like. You can use that in your journal. I've cut it up and made little envelopes with it. You can stamp on it. Yeah, as I say, I haven't tried it on the gel plate yet, but I might do. So there you go, idea number 5. Now, idea number 6, replace your plastic, well actually on your plastic, spread a piece of cotton fabric. This is just, and I've left the edge here, hopefully you can see that. This is just plain cream cotton fabric. I've done exactly the same with my PVA glue, put my napkin onto it. Wow, look at that. Isn't that awesome? You've got fabric. Again, it's tough. Yeah. I'm wondering whether there's some way of waterproofing this and actually stitching it into maybe a tote bag or something. But again, that might be another video for later on. But there you go. Fabric. You could turn this into pockets, tags, anything you like in your journal. Oh, there must be, there must be tons of uses. Let me know. Okay, so what's that? Where do we get to? 6 uses for your coloured piece of your napkin. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, don't throw the white bit away. These are the bits that I've peeled off the underneath layer. Now, these are great. You can use these as mop-up cloths. You can use them as collaging tissue. Anything where you would normally use a bit of tissue. But do you know what else you can do with them? I've been playing with these, and what I did was I took a plain piece of white card, glue, put my napkin on it, and I did it with an A5 size piece of card, just so that I didn't confuse my printer too much, because what I then did was ran it through the printer. So piece of white card, white napkin on top, gives you the beautiful, hopefully you can see that texture. And I just chose some words and phrases, put them into Word and printed it out. Look at that, you've got ready-made sayings and words to cut up to go in your journals or on your cards, whatever you're making. Now the other thing, just to take this one step further, was when you have your glue, if you mix a little bit of instant coffee, now, and in my opinion, that's probably what instant coffee is good for. It's certainly not good for drinking, but if you mix a little bit of instant coffee granules into your glue, you can then create like coffee dyed paper. Now this is a piece of cardboard. I've stuck the white napkin, the white piece of the napkin onto the cardboard, but what I've used is watered down PVA glue with some coffee granules in it, and you get this amazing antique-y kind of look. So that's it on cardboard, and this I did exactly the same, and this is on a piece of old graph paper. Took that one step further and did the words as well. So I did another set of the words exactly the same, but this time I used the coffee dyed glue. And there you get your little words or sayings, whatever you want to cut out, already on your vintagey background. All right, folks, so there's some ideas. Oh, I've got one more. I'm just going to pull this in. This is my little notebook journal. I made this from a card, and I tend to just put ideas and things in here. And I'll cover that up so it doesn't get too confusing. The other thing I did when I was playing with my napkins was just collaged straight onto my journal page. This is one napkin. These are another. This is another, or pieces of another cut out, and there's one of my little printed phrases. And again, this one's been done. I had a little bit of the coffee glue left, and so I literally put the napkin on with the coffee glue. So there you go. You can go straight into your journal. And this is just a little page, and I just was fiddling and seeing what was going to happen. You could do more complex spreads like this. You could incorporate mixed media. You could use some texture paste and all sorts of things in there. But that's just another idea that you can do, and it goes straight into your art journal, straight onto the page you're working with. All right, folks, do you know what? That's me done for today. So we've got the white, excuse me, the white bits of your napkins used with coffee in your glue, or not, straight onto card through the printer. We've got napkins onto fabric. We've got rice paper made with napkins. We've got onto music paper and book pages. Turn them into tags. We've got your masterboards ready to go, and we've got journal covers, and last but not least, we've got the homemade washi tape. So I hope that's given you some ideas, folks. As I say, this is more of a quick ideas video rather than a how-to. If you want to see the how-to for any of these, just leave me a comment below and I'll happily do you a video to show you how I've done some of these things. But for now, that feels like a bit of a quick whip through, but hopefully it's given you some ideas, and you can go away and use up some of that amazing stash that you have of beautiful napkins. For now, folks, all I'm going to say is thank you for watching. Ka kite anō.